All right, welcome back. We are here today at WMU, so Western Michigan University's College of Aviation, the #3 school in the nation. We are here in we are here in Battle Creek. I had that yesterday. We are here in Battle Creek, and we are really proud of this program. And these are some really fantastic things that we're going to be able to show you today. We are standing in the foyer of the brand new building. This has been, we were here, I think it was 2 years ago, because it was before COVID, when we did the groundbreaking. And we are here today to show off some of the really spectacular things that we have going on here. This is something that's in your backyard here in Battle Creek. And it's more than just being a pilot. And I think that that's really important to share with folks, that there is a great opportunity for careers right here locally in aviation.
Right.
Not only at any of the businesses that we have here, but learning and training right here locally is also something that we want to make sure we showcase. So we're going to go ahead and take a tour, but first I'm going to turn it over to you, Dave, to tell a little bit about what kind of space we're in. And I was just in Detroit, and this is kind of like that Detroit airport type look to it when you come in, and the glass, and like you said, looking at planes and the outdoor gathering space.
Sure.
So I'm going to turn it over to you to tell us all the good stuff.
Aviation is all about being outside. So we took that dirt and made it into a very, very great aviation education center. So this is really where we teach. We're more than just a flight school. We are recognized as one of the best flight schools in the country, if not the #1 flight school. But we have two really great other programs, and that is our Tech Ops, where you become a mechanic with an A&P license, like down at Duncan. And the third program we have is our Management Operations for my world. I'm not an educator, not from this, I guess after 18 years I might be one. But my prior job was the chief pilot for United Airlines, and I spent 14 years hiring employees for United Airlines. So we wanted to build a program that are everyone's job ready, and so that's exactly the plan for it. So we went from 6 classrooms, now we have 11 classrooms. We went from 6 briefing rooms for our pilots to 25. We have a very much improved sim lab, and one thing that I think we have that no other collegiate aviation program has for our Tech Ops is we have a paint lab. And so you're going to have a paint lab. What's so good about that? If you look at airplanes, every airplane you're going to see has paint on it. So somebody has to teach them how to paint. So usually it's the company that they go to has to spend their time and energy and their money to prepare them and teach them how to do that job. Here, we can do that inside our training program. So again, we have 3 very sophisticated programs, 3 nationally ranked programs. Actually, they're internationally ranked programs. We have students from around the world coming in, and they come for this program in particular. So this is one of the most sought after educational facilities for aviation education anywhere in the world, here in Battle Creek. So if you see people from a different nation, that we have a lot of women. The industry is about 10% diversified. Our student force here is about 35% diversified. We have a very strong dedication and desire to make this a national look, where everybody is more than just a white male. So that is one of our goals. If you look throughout, you'll see the things we talk about. The diversity, accountability, safety, excellence, respect, and integrity blends in because we think that should be part of what we do, not something special. That is part of our everyday existence. So everything we do, there's a reason for it. My world as a pilot, everything was planned ahead. And so this building, for all of our team that worked on this, there's a design and a function for everything that we do. As simple as even the floors. So it's hard to just polish concrete, but it's brown. Western Michigan's colors are brown and gold. I'm very proud of that. And so all through this, we'll see highlights of brown and gold. So again, we're here to let people know, let people see, and welcome our community into really our College of Aviation at Western Michigan University in Battle Creek.
Yes, awesome. So one of the things I want to point out is you mentioned to us the statements and the purpose and blending in and really being a part of what you guys are, not standing out. We have a great little welcome center here for folks to come in. You have some spectacular technology on the wall, and I want you to tell a little bit about the propeller.
Okay, let me talk about the guy that's overseeing the propeller. Patrick here is one of our students. He's one of our student ambassadors, so we keep him on staff here Monday through Saturday from 9 o'clock in the morning about 6 o'clock in the afternoon. The propeller up on the wall is one of the propellers off one of our Cirrus aircraft that was in for repairs and was past its limit of life, and so we thought, what the heck, let's just paint that rascal up and put it on the wall, and people can think about aviation the minute they walk in the door. So
This is great. You know, I think when the building before was a great building. I mean, it was nice, but it didn't really have that feeling of being in an airplane.
right.
That outdoor space, like seeing the plane, seeing outside. And you mentioned earlier, every place in this building you can see outside.
Every place,
You can see a
including
plane.
all faculty offices. Most faculty members go, oh man, I get this terrible office because I can't see outside. You're going to see that glass wall is where our faculty reside. And so even if you're on the inside, it's all glass. So everything is glass, so no matter what you're doing, you're looking outside. 3 of our facades really do face airport. And so if you're going to be at an airport, you should see that. We've got some special things I want you to see upstairs in the dean's office where Ray and I live. But and again, it's all about recruiting and showing aviation. We want to get you really in the mindset of, I can see myself doing that. I can see my child doing that. And so, yeah, everything has a purpose, and everything is designed. Again, we go back to that first premise. Everything here is designed that when a person graduates, they're job ready, and so they're going to go right into the workforce, making a good salary and a good living for them and their families.
So how does a student go about applying? I mean, is it something, are you seeing more freshmen getting in? Is it more of a junior senior type program through Western? How does one become a part of the College of Aviation?
Actually, really simply, you just apply to Western Michigan University after you have a degree from certificates from your high school or a GED, whatever, and you just simply apply. Now, for us, we have one program that's actually overprescribed, and that's our flight program. So we are taking a limited number of students in the flight program because we are so full. Everybody wants to, which is a great thing. Everybody wants to come to this program. This is recognized truly as the best flight training program for any collegiate program in the country. Here, right here. This is what our team has built, and so we take great pride in it. We shouldn't take everybody, but we have a building now that we're going to be able to start doing that. We are about, like I said, about 1,300 total students. This building can hold 2,500 students. So that was the reason for it, is because we have had this growth. We're about up 80% in the last 10 years. And so we now have a facility that can handle that growth and handle the increased demand that aviation is looking for. And again, we can do that inside our little community. And they get a great place to be with a great facility, with great equipment, with great faculty, great leadership. It's not a bad thought process. I've been gainfully employed about 45 years of my life before I walk away here, and I've never really worked a day in my life. Denise will tell you that. But, I like having fun. Aviation is fun. It puts a smile on your face. If you can do something that you really enjoy, then does it really work? Good question. But they pay you really good, and you get to have time with your friends, and you get to work in a really wonderful building with great people and great students. So to me, you can't ask for anything better than that.
So Dave, we've kind of talked a little bit about it in your retirement, and you're set to retire. I think it's time to maybe introduce who's going to be trying to fill in the shoes of what you do. And I think it's important that we just introduce him as well.
This is Dr. Ray Thompson. We stole him from Purdue. A good steal on our part.
Glad to be here.
So, how long have you been here, Ray?
This is now year 12. Amazing.
Time flies when you're
Time flies
having
when you're having fun, exactly.
So I was lucky enough to choose who I wanted to be the interim dean. And so, really no question for me. That's what Ray's been practicing and doing. And whenever I'm on vacation, he runs it anyway. So he is the perfect person. He is the right person at the right time. We built a really solid foundation for operations. Now we need the foundation for the educational side of it to grow. And that's Ray's expertise. And so he does truly research and things scholarly that we need to be involved in. So I'll let Ray take over that.
Well, thank you. So as Dave mentioned, we do have 3 programs. I'm a commercially licensed pilot, flight instructor, but I chose tech ops really as the path to go down for a career, and then obviously got into education at some point, which was never really the intended path, but opportunities come in strange ways.
Absolutely.
I decide whether to explore those or moving forward. So I've certainly enjoyed my time at Western, and its new facility really, I think, sets us to a higher level. and will have great ramifications for attracting more students, particularly from the local region here.
Yeah.
And flight is expensive, but the other two programs are relatively inexpensive, and yet give you that great career in aviation at the same time. So we're going to work closer with our community partners to attract more of our local youth to consider all the programs, but probably management and tech ops more closely. Better leverage the legacy scholar programs that we have, the enrollment opportunities that we already have here in town to, again, further our youth, because if we're right here, and what can we do to?
So Ray, you mentioned about that it's a good career path, and there is career readiness once they get through the program. What is the starting pay for someone in the tech op world? Not the pilot side and the aviation side, but what are some of the other kind of salary range or starting hourly wage that you might get if you were to get out of it?
So that answer is very dependent on who you work for. So you'll see the range anywhere from probably $17, $18 up to $40 or $50 per hour, depending on the employer. You know, Duncan's obviously going to have a higher salary level than a small FBO at Marshall, for example, maybe has 1 or 2 airplanes that they operate in that range. If you go into really commercial aviation, the airline types, then you can have lucrative careers over $100,000 easily in tech ops. Management is, you have pilots who fly them, we have the technicians who fix them, and everything in between is really operated by the management operations people. The money, hiring, how we price things, advertising, ticket sales. It's a broad career, so there's, no matter what you like to do, we probably need your skill somewhere in aviation. And if you take a walk, imagine last time you went on a flight somewhere, everything that you interface, the management folks, why is parking here, not there? Why is this restaurant here, not there? And so we have a tremendous breadth of careers. And again, those folks are probably starting in the 50, 60 range and working their way up again. Depending on if it's for an airport, or you're working for an airline, or a company like Duncan. All of them need the finance and revenue and advertising and marketing. So really, we're a microcosm of almost all industries just in one.
So that's the reason why I asked that is there's a lot to it. It's not just getting behind and getting in a cockpit and flying a plane. It's really learning so much about the aviation industry right here locally that with those folks that are interested in that can have a very lucrative career. And they can stay local because we do have some really great businesses here locally that are expanding that could utilize those services and talents. And so, you know, I just really want to say that it's great to see all of the wonderful things that are happening here, and we're excited about the expansion and the growth and all those things going on. But I think our viewers are going to want to see some of the more stuff going on. We could talk all day about all the great things. But let's go ahead and take a tour and showcase some of the stuff going on.
You betcha.
All right.
That's good.
Okay.
All right, I'll do this where we welcome prospective students and their parents to kind of see what goes on, and we can assign them to, we have 15 different students that are our ambassadors. So they're very knowledgeable. In fact, we're actually interviewing for them right now because we're in the beginning of the year, so it's time for the ones to graduate out and the new ones to come in. And so again, aviation is almost a foreign language to a lot of people. We have about 25% of our students coming in for flight that have never flown an airplane, and yet they want to be pilots. How they know that, I don't know. But anyway, is to be able to have, Patrick can talk to an 18-year-old high school graduate much better than I can. So having people that can talk to them, I talk to the parents, they talk to the prospective student, and it all kind of comes together in answering questions because it is so intense. You talk about airports, they're like their own little cities, so there's a lot of questions that go along with it. And then on top of that, if you come out of a small high school, and now you're coming into a university that has, you know, approximately 20,000 students, you can kind of feel overwhelmed. And so our job is really to be there for them all the time. I've got 3 kids of my own. Now I've got, you know, 1,303 kids. So it's kind of a fun thing for us, is to continue to be engaged with them. Walking out the door, talking to all the students that you kind of get to know after 4 years, it's kind of like, man, this is really sad because we really get to be good friends with them. And we've been helping them and guiding them, and then all of a sudden they're gonna go, yeah, see ya, we're on our way. Which is exactly what we want to happen, exactly what we want to happen. We want them to be happy, gainfully employed, and doing something great for their community and for their family. And it all starts right here. So,
Great.
as we come along, we talk about all of our programs here, just to kind of give an opening to it.